Good afternoon. This is call number 2016-46152. In the interest of Talon and Seth Warren Jr., please raise your right hands to be sworn, all parties. Where we have
Ms. Glover's here, y'all.
all right. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Taylor Glover, and I'm the mom of Taylor Warren and Seth Warren Jr.
All right. And representing the state?
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
I will note that the non-custodial parent, Seth Floyd Warren, is not present. He was personally served at 8:30 a.m. on May 13th, 2021 at 1121 Bryant, Brazos County, Texas. Let's see. No, he did not appear or file an answer. Is that correct, Ms.
That's
Jeffries?
correct, Your Honor. That's correct.
All right. He was given further notice of this Zoom hearing setting by certified mail. Return receipt requested. Was delivered at 3:33 p.m. on August 7th, 2021 in Bryan, Texas. And he is not checked in. Is that correct?
He's not, Your Honor.
All right. We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would ask that the court take judicial notice of the prior order signed on March 8th of 2017. In that order, Your Honor, the court just established the parentage of Seth Floyd Warren for as the father of Taylor Glory Warren.
All right.
Can I call my first witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
The state calls Taylor Kiana Glover. Ms. Glover, how many children do you have before the court today, ma'am?
2.
All right, and what are your two children's names?
Taylor Glory Warren and Seth Floyd Warren Jr.
All right, and how old are your two children?
Taylor is 5 and Seth is 3.
All right, and who do you allege is the father of your two children?
Seth Floyd Warren Sr.
Okay, and around the time that Seth Floyd Warren Jr. was conceived, were you intimate with anyone else?
No, ma'am.
You ever held out that anyone else was the father of Seth Warren Jr.?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been married to anyone else, ma'am, or anyone?
No, ma'am.
All right, and you also heard me have the court take judicial notice that Taylor's paternity was already established in 2017. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, as far as your relationship with Mr. Warren, how would you describe that relationship?
I try to co-parent with him, but it won't work due to the fact that I'm pregnant now and in a relationship with someone else. So if he don't have anything to do with me, he don't want to have anything to do with the kids. So it's not good.
Okay. And so based on, I guess, your testimony, are you asking this court to appoint you as a sole managing conservator?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If the children needed to go to a doctor's appointment, who would take them?
Me.
All right. If there was an issue at school or daycare, who would handle that?
Me.
All right. And has Mr. Warren ever been a part of the decision making regarding these two children?
I let him know everything, but he's always like, it's up to me. You know, I'm the parent, really, I'm the custodial parent, so it's always up to me at the end of the day.
Okay. And where do the two children reside right now, Ms. Glover?
They stay with me in Harris County.
All right. And to your knowledge, where does Mr. Warren stay?
He stays in Bryan, Texas, Brazos County.
Okay. And so do you understand, based on that fact, that you would be geographically restricted to reside in Texas going forward?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, as far as visitation, when was the last time that Mr. Warren?
Father's Day.
All right. And how did that visit go, ma'am?
It didn't go good at all. They was there with him for an hour. Something ended up happening, and his sister ended up picking them up, and she kept them for the remaining of the time they were in Bryan, and then I went and picked them up, I want to say that weekend. so it wasn't long.
Okay, would you have issues with the court ordering overnight visitation under a standing possession order for Mr. Warren?
Yes.
Okay, and have there been other incidents during visitation where it did not go smoothly?
Yes. Last year actually he had ended up getting out of jail, and no, it was the year before last he got out of jail, and they were, I was trying to start over with him and let him see his kids because he just got out of jail, and he ended up packing up all of their clothes and dropped them off to his sister's house with no calls or texts, and he left to Austin.
Okay, and so based on your testimony, what type of visitation are you asking this court to impose?
Supervised at one of the facilities, supervised visits at one of you guys' facilities.
Okay, and that would be via the domestic relations office. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
All right, now you're seeking retroactive or back child support for both your children. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you're seeking retroactive support from May 19th of 2017. Is that correct to today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and has Mr. Warren given you any money for these two children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, has he given you any Cash App or Zales?
Cash App.
Okay, and how much was that Cash App for me?
$350.
Okay, and since 2017, has Mr. Warren, to your knowledge, always been able to work a full-time job?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, has he been incarcerated for any of that time period since May 19th of 2017?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and to your knowledge, what are the periods of incarceration for Mr. Warren?
I know he went to jail April 24th, 2017 until February 10th, 2018, and then he went back in November 19th, 2019, and he just got out August 28th, 2020. And
Okay.
to my knowledge, he's been out ever since then.
Okay, and so you understand, based on the fact that Mr. Warren was incarcerated, we will not be calculating retroactive support for those months. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're asking the court to enter a judgment against Mr. Warren in the amount of $7,842.
Yes, ma'am.
And that he be ordered to pay $91 beginning September 1st of 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you understand that that retroactive amount is based off a minimum wage presumption.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, as far as child support, do you know if Mr. Warren currently has a job? Do you have any personal knowledge?
I don't have any personal knowledge. Well, just from what his sister and his friend told me, but me personally, no, I don't know if he has a job or not.
Okay. Do you understand today that this order will be based off a minimum wage presumption?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how do you know if Mr. Warren has any other children under 18?
Yes, ma'am.
How many other children does he have under 18, ma'am?
Besides my two, he has one.
Okay. And do you have any private health or dental insurance available for your two children?
No, ma'am.
All right. And do you know if Mr. Warren has any private health or dental insurance available for these two children?
He does not.
Okay. And are you asking the court to set the cash medical in this case in the amount of $54 beginning September 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that the child support based off a minimum wage presumption is $244 beginning September 1st of 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And if court costs are billed in this case, who do you believe the court should bill those court costs against?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to re-ask that question, Ms. Glover. Who do you believe the court should bill court costs against?
Seth Warren Sr.
Okay. And you signed this default order. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And you believe it to be in the best interest of your two children?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're asking this court to approve this default order?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing further as witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you. May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Glover, you can hang up now. I'll only contact you if I need to discuss the order.
Okay, thank you.
All right, this cause number 2020-68629 in the interest of Weston, Jackson, Brooklyn, and Kaysen Martin All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please identify yourself and your relationship to these children.
Victoria Martin, I'm the mother.
All right, and representing the state.
Jarquita Williams for the state, Your Honor.
All right, court will note that Cedric Martin is a non-custodial parent. He's not present. He was personally served on March 11th, 2021 at 7:13 p.m. at 138111 Lake White Rock Drive in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Williams?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Also, he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return receipt requested, which was delivered at 11:49 a.m. on August 2nd, 2021. And he is not checked in. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would like to call its first witness, Ms. Martin.
All right.
Ms. Martin, are you the mother of the children?
Yes.
And Ms. Martin, who is the father of the 4 children?
This Cedric Martin.
And were you and Mr. Martin married when the children were conceived?
Yes.
Okay, do you and Mr. Martin work well together when making decisions about your children?
Yes.
And how long have you and Mr. Martin been separated?
For about a year now.
And are you asking this court to appoint you and Mr. Martin as joint managing conservators of the children?
Yes.
Okay. Who makes the day-to-day decision makings about the children?
I do.
If the children have to go to a doctor's appointment, does Mr. Martin assist with that?
Yes, it's need to be.
Okay. Does Mr. Martin help you with raising the children?
Yes.
Okay. Does Mr. Martin see the children regularly?
Yes, he does.
Are you asking this court to order the standard possession and access schedule for the children?
Yes.
Ms. Martin, how are the children covered for health insurance?
Through the Cedric Martin's job.
Okay. And do you know whether or not Mr. Martin is working?
Yes, he is.
And do you know where he works?
Union Pacific Railroad.
And how do you know where he works?
He's been working there since I want to say 2009. So since we've been married.
Okay. Do you have personal knowledge of Mr. Martin's income monthly?
Yes. Yes. He makes $5,000 a month.
And how do you know that, Ms. Martin?
From what he's told me.
Okay. And based off of your personal knowledge of Mr. Martin's income, you state he makes $5,000 monthly?
Yes.
And based off of your personal knowledge of Mr. Martin's income of $5,000 monthly, are you aware that child support has been calculated at $1,280 monthly beginning on September 1st, 2021?
Yes.
And are you asking for retroactive child support today?
Yes.
I'll re-ask the question, Ms. Martin. Are you asking the court to award back child support?
No, I'm sorry, no.
Okay. Ms. Martin, do you have any safety concerns about your address being listed in this order?
Yes. We've had a few. I don't want him to know where my address is. So when we were living together, we had a few confrontational times where the police had to be called out. So.
Okay. And are you asking this court to grant a non-disclosure of information, making your information confidential?
Correct. Yes.
Ma'am, what do you mean by confrontations?
Well, he will get in my face. He has pushed me a few times.
So there has
and I
been
will end
some
up.
type of physical violence?
Yes.
All right. And if he knows where you live, is he likely to cause you or your children any harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury?
Um, I'm not sure. I don't never know, but I would rather him not know where I live. So I guess you can put yes.
All right.
But I just
All
never
right.
know.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Williams. Sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Martin, are you asking this court to order Mr. Martin to pay all court costs?
Yes.
Are you asking this court to grant this default judgment?
Yes.
And is that because you believe this default order to be in the best interest of the children?
Yes.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right. The court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am.